Number 10, pick 10, Dion Prestia. Another player who's had it so rough with injury, but nonetheless, three-time Premiership player, one-time best and fairest in a Premiership year. Just so solid when he's not injured. They don't call him the human meatball for nothing. Just gets in there, gets it done. He was originally picked 9 in this draft. He's ended up at pick 10, but there is a father-son later. As I said, that pushes everything back. So he's ended up in pretty much the same spot. Yeah, I hope before the end of his career we get a really solid run from Prestia that's not affected by injury because Richmond are going to need it, A, but B, he's just so good to watch when he's fit. Pick 9. Originally taken to pick 33 by Melbourne, redrafted to Essendon, it is Jeremy Howe. We're starting to get into really solid territory here, as you can see. 252 games at the Demons and the Pies, just so reliable. Still fantastic to this day, to this very day. Premiership player at the Pies, leading goal kicker for the D's in 2013, so he can do it at both ends still, like to this day when the Pies need him to, despite him predominantly being that defender and that defensive presence, he can go forward and make an impact. Just so solid. And so important to them as well. I think if he has that full season this year, they're gonna really benefit from that when they're trying to push for another flag. So Jeremy Howe, fantastic. Pick 8, originally pick 8 in the 2010 draft, Dyson Heppel, just another really good player. I think with the names you're about to hear above Dyson Heppel in this draft, this is about as good as it gets in terms of players who haven't really got as much team success to show for their careers. Obviously, he did spend his career in a mostly average Essendon side. However, he was their captain for 6 years, one-time All-Australian, one-time BNF winner, rising star from this class as well. Just such a good player. And obviously, he's not going to regret spending his career at Essendon, or else he would have left. But just a player with the ability to have achieved so much at a club that was at a better spot when he was there. So it's unfortunate that he probably came into Essendon at the wrong time. However, doesn't take away from the fact that he's just a fantastic football player, in my opinion. Pick 7. Originally taken to pick 26 by the Eagles, redrafted to Richmond. It is Jack Darling. Let's get the stat line out of the way first. 298 games, 532 goals, and counting, because he makes his way to North ahead of 2025. So he's going to look to boost those numbers a bit, but just such an elite player at his best. Such an elite player. Premiership player, four-time leading goal kicker at the Eagles, one-time All-Australian Blazer as well, in between those two grand final years. So from about 2015 to 2018-ish, he was just so good. Playing alongside Josh Kennedy as well. So it was the two of them bouncing off each other. It was just, yeah, so good. Deserved placing in this list, pick 7, I think. Speaking of players who were just massive parts of the success that this Eagles side ended up having, Andrew Gaff comes in at pick 6, originally pick 4, so he drops a little bit. But yeah, just so good throughout his peak. 280 games. Obviously finished up this year. One-time BNF, two-time All-Australian. One of those in a premiership year, although he didn't play in said grand final actually due to suspension, as we all know. But controversy aside, just in those years, such an important player for them. Such a good player. And they probably would have won that grand final by more had he been playing. Because he was just about their best player at the time, I think. He would have been up there, certainly. But moving into the top 5, here is